when you're making cards and you've put the background on, you've put the middle, and then you make the pockets with a little tag inside. Yeah, and you cut any card because the card might be flimsy. Yeah, and you haven't got enough material, say, to do another one. About I show now. This is the die I used for the pockets, and you might have a lot of card left over, long enough to take the die, to cut up the die. Yeah, lots of colours, but you want it to match the card, so I've had to help with most of it. So you can cut them up in the long one, but you want them to match, you know, the card itself. So you cut up the long one, out to the long one, hang on, and then you've only got little pieces left, little pieces from cutting the pocket. You've got lots of these little size ones. So what you do, you cut the little size to match your card, because you haven't got no long ones matching. So then you put the die on to cut the whole top piece and as much as you can on the bottom. It's not long enough, see, it's not long enough for the card. So then so you've cut the long one out, yeah, and you fold back the tabs first, those full tabs first, and glue it down to make the pocket. Yeah, so this long piece will make the pocket, but it's not going to match your card, and you've only got little pieces left. So what you do when you've made your pocket, you cut up the pieces not long enough and stick it over the top. Yeah, glue the tabs over it and push the top back, and it will be matched to go on the card. Yeah, so now this other one I haven't got a piece for. Think about I've got a spare one. Yeah, so same with this one. I didn't have a piece long enough for here, so I've glued a normal pocket, and then I've glued the other one over the top like so. So I got a long one of that one, I've made the pocket, yeah, and then I've glued the shorter one over the top. Yeah, it's not quite long enough to reach all the way, but when you stick it down, it will be able to go on the card. I don't know which one's which, I'll have to wait for someone. I've got a lot of spares, but I've got a lot of the long ones and I've got a lot of shorts, but I don't have them to match, so I've got to wait for somebody to come in. But if you make your pocket and glue the shorter one that you haven't got enough on and stick it on top, then when you stick it down, it will be able to glue down. And then the tags, because the card is a bit thin, what I do, about this my tags, I cut out of the Coca-Cola box or cereal box or anything, and then I glue this onto the shiny side. Yeah, glue it on top of the shiny side, so when you glue it on, it'll be the back and the front to stick in, and it'll be solid because it's a bit too bendy. But when you've stuck it, it'll be solid. Yeah, can't bend. So it's little ideas for you. If your card's too short, you ain't got enough, do a normal one with the long one, and then stick the shorter one over the top. So little tips for you. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Happy crafting, all that. Tips are good, and they're good to share. Okay, bye bye.